Travel is definitely one of the best experiences one can have. Just the idea of getting away from it all is such a delight, indulging in new sights, sounds, and flavors of fabled lands far, far away. But the truth is that planning a trip is a lot of hassle. That is why today we're going to list down all the ways that tech can make traveling 10 times easier, if not more. First up, book hotels and tickets directly. This may seem like the oldest hack in the book, but it's really effective. Most hotels guarantee you lower rates if you book directly from their websites. It's a win-win situation for both you and the hotel. At the same time, they're very clear about their prices, so there's no misunderstanding between them and the guests. Some hotel chains also have loyalty points that don't add up when you book through a third-party app, and it's so much easier to make special requests directly as opposed to going through a third party where messages may get lost in transit. And here's a trade secret you might want to know. Hotels often keep the best rooms for themselves, so they can sell them directly. This makes a big difference on a property where a standard room can vary greatly in size or view. The same thing applies to airlines too. Most offer the best possible rates on their own websites, and in the case of cancellations or missed flights, dealing with a third party can be a nightmare. So it's best to buy your tickets online directly from the airline itself. And having a co-branded credit card could really get you some sweet deals, like free seat selection, which you would most likely miss out on if you book through an agency or an app. And here's how you can keep yourself entertained through a long flight or stopover. Not all airline entertainment systems are created equal. Some have state-of-the-art in-seat multimedia systems that can stream movies, TV shows, and music, and some can even run video games. But every now and then, you find yourself straining your neck to catch that tiny screen placed 10 feet away from you, with that barely there sound on the flimsy headphones. Thank heavens for personal tech with generous storage space. We suggest you load up all your favorite shows on your phone or tablet. If you're using Netflix, enable smart downloads so that anything you've already watched is deleted and new content is automatically downloaded. And if you've got reading to catch up on, download the audiobook version of your book. Or you could load up your Kindle with the books and magazine articles you've been meaning to read for the longest time. But if you would rather just sleep, then there's tech for that too. The Headspace app has sleepcasts, audio experiences that help you visualize calming experiences and doze off. Think of it as bedtime stories for adults. We always check sleepinginairports.net to look for prime spots to catch some winks at an airport, but be sure to keep up with COVID restrictions. The pandemic has changed the way we live, at least for the foreseeable future, and travel has been one of the worst hit industries, not just in terms of businesses, but also just in how difficult it has become. Each country has its own visa, testing, and quarantine regulations that aren't just complicated. They can also turn out to be pretty expensive if you don't do it right. One website that we swear by is joinsherpa.com. This basically has all the information you need about a particular country's travel restrictions, mask wearing rules, and even whether you need to quarantine on arrival. The website also lists visa requirements for different countries and any other legal points that need to be covered. It's got a really easy search function where you type in your type of passport and where you're traveling to, and it tells you exactly all you need to know. But be sure to check which vaccines are accepted in your destination and do a cross-check the old-fashioned way. Check the country's immigration website to see exactly what the visa and COVID restrictions may be, and keep screenshots. And don't forget to track your luggage. The recent debacle in Europe and beyond with the missing luggage is every traveler's worst nightmare come to life. In fact, some even called it the summer of lost luggage, and that's one way to put a damper on a holiday. But tech to the rescue. There's a whole range of apps and devices that you can now use to keep track of your bags and suitcases no matter where you are. Some require monthly subscriptions, while for others, it's a one-time payment for the device or app. Put the SpyTech portable tracker device into your suitcase, and you'll have access to your luggage's location at all times. It costs about $25 a month for tracking services and has a battery life of up to 2 weeks. The Gigo luggage tracker does pretty much the same thing and only costs a little more than $6 a month for GPS tracking. Good value alternative. The Vozni Smart Bluetooth tracker can be attached to your suitcase like a keychain, and the tracker connects to your phone via Bluetooth, and your suitcase now stands a much lower chance of getting completely lost. We think it's well worth it to invest in a luggage tracker these days. You don't want to be caught on holiday without clothes and shoes, chasing after airline staff to find your luggage. Meanwhile, don't forget to plan your trip to perfection. You gotta admit, the trip planning stage of travel is the best part. All that research into what to do, where to stay, and what to eat just makes everything more exciting. This planning is like a little holiday in itself as you descend down the vacation rabbit hole. But gone are the days of writing everything down in a notebook. Now we have apps, but there are almost too many of them to choose from, so you really have to pick the one that works best for you. If you use Google to organize the rest of your life, then make sure you use Google Travel. It syncs everything up with your calendar and sends you reminders for flights and bookings. It's literally a one-stop shop for all your travel planning needs. But if Google is not your thing, then try TripIt. If you want to organize multiple itineraries, then this is the app for you. Just forward your flight, hotel, restaurant, and car rental confirmation emails to plans@tripit.com, and it'll create a free master doc for each of your trips. The best thing is that you can access your itinerary even without an internet connection, and there's no need for those clumsy, heavy guidebooks. So now that you've planned your trip to perfection, it's now time to actually take the trip. For us, it really starts from the airport lounge. Back in the day, we had classic guidebooks like Lonely Planet to help us navigate our destinations. Guidebooks are heavy to carry around and are a surefire way to tell everyone in the city that you're a clueless tourist in the city. One of our favorite apps to find the hottest spots for art and culture in any city is the Culture Trip. Not only does it have classy, curated content by locals, but it's also evolved into a trip planner. You can use it both during and before your trip. Also doubles up as reading material during a long flight. Most big cities have their own dedicated apps that welcome visitors with all the detailed information they may need, like transportation schedules, key attractions, and things to do. And they may even have special discounts and offers for visitors. Do a quick search on the App Store to find one for your next destination. And lastly, this one gadget will be super helpful on every trip. So even though this whole video has been about travel tech, we still felt the need to add this essential gadget to the mix. One thing we struggle with while traveling is battery juice. That constant tussle between using your phone and conserving battery can be a bit stressful. Well, in situations like these, you can always count on the Daytex Power Now Buddy to come to the rescue. This is no ordinary battery pack. This lithium-ion lifesaver lasts for a year. Yup, you heard right. One whole year. It's literally the size of a pack of gum, weighs just 3 ounces, and costs between $20 and $30. This nifty gadget stays charged for a full 365 days and can power up your phone in less than 3 hours. And once it drains out, you only need to charge it for 6 hours to be back at 100%. Bonus feature, it comes fully charged and ready to use right out of the box. All this travel talk sure makes us want to pack our bags and head out on an adventure. That's a wrap for this video. Which of these tech tips will you be using on your next trip? Do you have a travel hack of your own that you swear by? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.